Now that was good times.
Now we move on to the fellows down at Augie's Coffee Shop, Redlands, California.
Not only did they have some time to fill us in on roasting beans, but they also gave us some insight on making an excellent cup of coffee. Enjoy.
What I do here at Augie's is I roast all the coffee. I also decide which lots of coffee we're going to bring in and roast. So we get samples from all over the country of coffees from all over the world. Coffee's a fruit, so it needs to be delicately taken care of. We need to ensure that every step of the process from farm until it arrives at our doorstep has been done perfectly to keep the quality. It does not look like the coffee you're used to seeing. It is green, kind of like a half little seed that you'd see, I don't know, I'd imagine if you're planting coffee trees. And then basically we apply heat to these beans until they release energy and caramelize all the sugars, and you get left with a product of normal coffee that you're used to. With that beautiful aroma that we all love from coffee.
Grinding up some coffee, putting it in there. 5 pounds or so on there. Smooth it out, get that little excess off. Pull my shots. That's a good shot right there. It's a double. That golden part's the crema. Those dark around the bottom there, that's a good sign. Okay, so a latte is good espresso. It's got that nice golden crema on top. And then it's steamed milk, but you want it to be nice and shiny and glossy like that. It's thick, it's like sticking to the sides of the pitcher there, but it's not like foamy or dry or bubbly. And those two things together are gonna make a really good latte. So a little rosetta on top, it's all right. But if you have all the right elements, you can get the milk to kind of mark the top of the espresso and you get latte art. And they call that one a rosetta.
Cone shape's super important. Paper filters, you want a particular cone shaped paper filter, you can get them super cheap. Online's the best way to go. You can also buy them at Augie's Coffee House. I'm gonna weigh out a specific amount of beans. We're gonna weigh out 25 grams to go for 12 ounces of water. Brewing coffee at home is picking up at a grinder if you don't have one. A lot of times we sell beans here and we're always a lot happier when we see those beans leave as whole beans. Coffee oxidizes as quickly as a cut banana. So if you can imagine a cut banana and how quickly that's gonna brown, your coffee's doing the same thing. So freshly ground coffee is the key to a great cup of coffee. I'm gonna wet my paper filter. I'm gonna wash out any bleach or factory flavor that's in there. That way we get a really true representation of the coffee. I also want to warm my whatever I'm going to brew into, whether that be the cup itself. We're going to use a little carafe for presentation more than anything else. So the first step in the actual brewing is going to be to allow this coffee to bloom. And what we want to do is we want to pre-saturate everything. We want to get the coffee ready for brewing, get it to a nice consistent level of wetness. We also want it to kind of settle out and be able to give us a nice even bed to pour onto. So this has had its time to bloom. I'm gonna go ahead and brew nice and slowly. And I wanna pour in concentric circles off of the paper filter. I don't wanna hit the sides of it because that water's just gonna rush right through before it has time to brew anything. Properly filtered water is very important. Coffee is upwards of 98% water. So obviously the better water you have, the better coffee you have. And I really wanna slow this down. It's just a gravity fed brewing. So the slower I pour, the more evenly it's gonna brew. And that is an excellent cup of coffee.